Good day, gamers! Welcome once again to another Game Master Games Facebook live show. I'm your host, Game Master Dave. Let's level up! All right, a couple exciting things are happening this week and has already happened. I got a chance to play a lot of Civilization 4 on Steam, Beyond the Sword expansion, and that's been fun. I've also played recently some Stellaris and also some Hearts of Iron. And hey, Rich, good to see you. And the other thing that we are trying to get together is some people to play some EVE Online. Now, as you may or may not know, EVE Online is free now. You can fly around in probably about a third of the universe or third of the galaxy completely for free. But if you want to get to the low sec areas where everything cool is, I think it's like $15 a month. I'm not too sure. Hey, Ginger, welcome to the Facebook Live show. I don't get notifications that everybody signs on, but on my phone I do see them. So that's been a lot of great games happening. Ginger and I played count them, 1, 2, 3, 4 games of Azul recently that all went onto my BoardGameGeek.com account, GMG Dave. I keep track of all the games that I play up there. So that was so much fun. Hey, Nina. Hey, Bill. 4 games of Azul. Oh my gosh. Some of the games were so close within just a couple points. Ginger and I had a lot of fun. We did that for a date night. We played one game and then we're like, oh yeah, we forgot how much we like this game. You want to play another? Yeah, let's play another. Yeah, let's play another. Yeah, let's play another. So that was fun. Now, coming up this week, I don't know if some of you joined us. Actually, it's funny enough, Rich and Bill that are watching right now joined us when we did our Bethpage Library event on the first Friday of the month. We were teaching. Hey, Jerry, good to see you. We were teaching Welcome to Your Perfect Home, and so we taught that on Zoom. And we were trying to teach some new people. They lost a little interest. That's okay. But the 2 people that played here, Bill and Rich, had a blast playing online. The greatest thing about that game is that just you have to see the cards, the deck of cards. Somebody has to own the deck of cards. And then 1,000 people can play online. So we are doing it again tomorrow night on the Weekly Word. That is on the Long Island Tabletop Twitch channel. So I'll have a link for that. I'll show it later. Tomorrow night at 9 p.m., I am teaching Welcome to Your Perfect Home. You can play along at home. All you need to do is one of 2 things. You need to download from the manufacturer's website. Yeah, it's been a long day. Website. Download the play sheet and print it out. Or you can go to your Play Store and on your phone, and you can download the app, which is fillable, and it's super, super easy. So that's tomorrow night. Thursday night. By the way, I keep forgetting. I'm trying to put the date at the beginning of everything. It is Wednesday, the 13th of May, the year 2020. So on Thursday, the 14th of May, is when we will be on the Weekly Word with Rich and Morgan. So you can play that tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Check it out. All right. So I always feel like I talk too much here. So you guys can ask me questions, send some feedback through the thing. I really appreciate it. We got a lot of viewers tonight, some new ones possibly too. So here is one of the things that I want to show you tonight. It's one of my top 20 favorite games of my whole life. I was just talking to Ginger about it. She was like, Dave, I've never heard you mention this game. Well, the problem is that getting it to the table is very, very difficult. It's really only played well with 5 players, and then it is 4 versus 1. So some people don't, you don't always have 5 players. You can play with 3, you can play with 2. It's just really hard that way. The best way is 5 players, and then it's 4 versus 1. That means 1 player is playing against 4. A lot of people don't like that kind of mechanic, but talk about mechanics. This game has like 3 or 4 mechanics that we're going to talk about tonight, the game, that are completely unique and you've never seen before. So what we are talking about is, count them, 1, 2, Three mechanics that are very weird. Can you guess? Well, I am talking about Fury of Dracula. Yes, and so this is second edition game. It's a little bit old. It was in the gaming library at my store Game Table from 2008 until 2012. You can see it's gotten quite a bit of play. There is a third edition and a fourth edition available. Hey, Rich, you own a lot of games. Do you have the third or fourth edition? And if have you played the second edition? Do you like which one better? Just curious. Or anybody else out there, of course, too. All right, Fury of Dracula is rated 7.1 on BoardGameGeek.com, which is absolutely fantastic. We say anything over 6.5 is really good. Of course, we've demoed games here that are score less than that. It just depends on what you like and what your flavor is. Overall rank out of 100,000 games, ranked number 507. That's unbelievable. In the theme, I guess the horror theme they're talking about, ranked number 139. And again, this is the second edition. So it came out in 2005. There's other editions which I don't know if they're ranked higher or lower or not, but ages 10 plus, even though the theme might be, Dracula, there's not really that much blood or gore on the cards. So I am surprised. Rich, you've never played Fury of Dracula? That's amazing. And the weight it is a little complicated, and it is 3 hours. Another reason why it doesn't make it to the table very much. The designers are Stephen Hand, Kevin Wilson, artist. You can see a whole list of artists there, and the publisher is Fantasy Flight Games. I think one of the newer editions of it, believe it or not, WizKids has produced. So my lighting is horrible. I get a little glare on the board. But here is your play board, and there are your 4 investigators running around. And one of the mechanics we're going to talk about in just a second is there's Dracula on a hidden location. All right, so how do you win this game? You win this game. There is a time limit. Basically, Dracula, if they get 6 vampires out into the world, they win. And you can see there's a day-night tracker here, and that's very, very important. Now, as the days go by, the investigators will get a thing called Resolve, which they can use for special events. But if you are a fan of Dracula, you will recognize these names. Dr. Seward, Lord Godalming, actually I'm not too sure, Van Helsing, okay, and Mina Parker. Mina Parker, I said. And she's already been bitten once, so she actually has like a little bit of insight into what is going on. So, first mechanic that is really neat is it is 4 versus 1. So the investigators, the hunters, are going to be moving from town to town to town, while Dracula, you don't know where he is. So Dracula is going to be playing cards. He's got a location deck for land territories and a location deck which is blue for sea territories. And essentially, I'm going to give you a little hint here. I'm starting Dracula in Athens, okay? So really, Dracula's not over here on his hidden thing. He's down here, okay? So now he can move when it's his turn. I can use this road network to move, and this is also a port here. So let's say during his turn, I wanted to go to Bologna, and like these guys are moving around, trying to hunt for me. They're playing cards. They're trying to find where I'm at. But what's going to happen is now, let's say if I want to go to Bologna, this is going to advance down the track, and I'm going to pull the... it's hard to do this with the phone. I need to get... there we go. Well, so Dracula's going to put that card down there. And then Dracula draws into his bag here, and he's going to put like a marker here. He's got minions and stuff that if the hunters ever go to Athens, then this card will flip over, and they'll see that that's where Dracula was. And so maybe, look, he's only 1 spot away, so he's 1 town around. So they know that Dracula was in Athens, but now he's somewhere else. But then they need to encounter whatever is on there. So there's like a little encounter that happens. So each investigator has advantages and some things, and then they can also get items. So there's a whole item deck. So this is a special. This is like a event deck. So there's event decks, and then there's where's the item decks? I forget where they are. Where did they go? Is this the item deck? No, that's the event deck. I don't know where the items are. I lost them. But these guys can get items too, so to help them out. And thanks, Raphael. Yes, yeah. Cool. I'm glad you put on notifications so you can see the game in the future too. Oh, great. And I just saw that my brother Dwayne is watching too. So the thing is that so how Dracula wins is if he gets these cards moving all the way down the track and one of them falls off the track and it has a vampire in it, then this marker goes up by 1, okay? And if he gets up to 6, Dracula wins. Okay, so eventually they're going to have like all these cards. This is not in any particular order, but you're going to have all these hidden locations where Dracula was, and they're all going to have those little discs on them too. Now, if one of the guys moves to a spot, like I said, then this will get revealed, and everybody will know where that is. Okay, so Dracula's got his own little map to plan his escapes and stuff like that. By the way, Dracula can also go to the water. So I could have put in a water card in here, which will be even more confusing. Oh man, he went to the water, which means, if I went to the water here, I could have landed in this port. I could play another water card and go to this port. I could play another water card and, land all the way over here for another land card. I don't know if I explained that so good, but it's fantastic. So that's one of the things that's really good. The next thing that I like is when you find Dracula, you do a combat, and you have to choose one of these cards. So there's some basic cards that the players have, that the hunters have, and they each do something different, and it tells you on there. So basically, it's sort of like rock, paper, scissors. I'm going to play this card, and then Dracula chooses a card, and you flip them over together, and you compare them. Now, Dracula has some very basic attack cards as well, but the thing is that you want to, as hunters, you want to try to get Dracula during the daytime, because he only has the choice of like 3 different basic attack cards during the day. At night, he gets amazing attack cards. So here we go. I just found them because I was setting up this game. So if at night he can escape into mist, you can see during the day he can dodge just like the hunters can do that. You can see this because of the day marker there. He can do that one only at night, and that's a good one for him. There's also only at night. You can see there he can mesmerize. That's not good. On day and night, he can use his claws. Not that as effective. He can escape as a man on any time. That's cool. But he can use strength at night. He can use fangs at night. And he can escape as a bat at night. So really, you don't want him to escape, because then he goes somewhere else on the board and you got to hunt him down again. The other interesting thing is that if Dracula gets 3 bites on one of the players, then they actually, I think it might be just 2 bites or whatever. It might be 3 bites on Van Helsing. Then essentially they sort of get knocked out of the game. They end up sort of helping Dracula. So I thought that was an interesting mechanic. I really like the combat system. I really like the hidden movement system. I really like the advantages with the cards and the hunting of him. But like I said, it's a hard game to get to the table, because you can play like 2 players. One player plays all 4 hunters. It's just really hard and not as much fun. It's much better with 5 players. Anyway, some of my friends that I see here on the feed are saying they've never played. We will have to break this out at one of our game nights then. 5-player Fury of Dracula. If anybody else that's been watching this video later on, if you could let me know if you prefer to play the 3rd or 4th edition rather than the 2nd, I'd love to hear about it. Send me some feedback at dave@gamemastergames.com. Also, I've got a semi-daily blog on gamemastergames.com, so check that out. So great. I think we have come to the end of another Game Master Games Facebook live show. We don't try to teach the game in its entirety. If you would prefer that we do something like that, or if you've got any ideas for our show, we'd love to hear about it. Let's see. I guess that's about it. So what I will do here is I'll just give our normal shout outs. So there I am, Dave at GameMasterGames.com. You can pause this video if you need to get this information. You're watching on Facebook. Here's 3 stores in the neighborhood. There's lots of great stores on Long Island. Here's 3 of them that we do support: Cosmic Comics in Baldwin, Legendary Realms in Lindenhurst, and Main Street Board Game Cafe. You can call them to see if they will do any curbside pickups or shipments. And I've got the semi-daily blog like I talked about there. Ginger's business on Joyful Day Ceremonies. She does weddings, wedding officiants. She also would do funerals. I hate to bring that up, but that is true. You can contact her if you need to get a hold of somebody. All right, I forgot to change this again. So the upcoming convention is not LI Tabletop. I've got the Twitch channel on LI Tabletop. I've got I'm on there quite often. I also have my own Twitch channel on GMG Dave. I got a Patreon page, YouTube channel, Twitter, Instagram. Recently, Ginger and I have been enjoying. You are on our Instagram account or on our Twitter feed. That's Flit, by the way. Yeah, hi, Flit. You see Flit? Twitter feed just reminded me of birds. I don't know. Okay, I think I'm losing it here. I was going to say in self-quarantine, but I'm not in self-quarantine. I got to go to work every day. I'm an essential worker at the post office. So, but there you go. In our Flit Twitter feed, you might see pictures of some of our purple carrot dishes. Ginger's been cooking up a storm with those. We're really enjoying them. And I've been listening to a lot of podcasts and everything like that too. Check out that semi-daily blog at GameMasterGames.com. Thanks so much for making it to. I think you wrote little. You forgot you put flight. Ginger, I'm just looking at it. Flit. Thanks so much for joining us again for another Game Master Games Facebook live show. With that said, until we meet again across from the table, and hopefully it's one of us is going to be Dracula and the other one Van Helsing. Keep your dice dry and your rule books ready and your flits strong. Here comes Flit. That's right. We need our flits strong. Hey!